Good morning, guys. I'm back, and I've been up to a lot of artsy stuff this week because I'm planning, what I told you last week about the panels, the wooden panels. So what I've been doing is testing gold. That's the first thing I've been doing. And doing it on black because that's the way you see it best. But as you can see, this is just a marker, and this is also a marker. This is a Posca pen. This is a new type of marker, pilot marker. As you can see, it doesn't really shine much. And this, which shines the most, this is my homemade gold watercolor. But as you can see, it has a really nice shine to it. Now here, first I did the Posca marker, that's the lighter a little bit, and then I went over it with a Signo pen. It's gold, and that's shiny, so that's going to work out. And of course I'm working on kind of patterns that I want to use. So here again I tested some of it. As you can see here, this one shines because first I put the pilot, the Posca, then I put on the Signo, and then I put on the watercolor, and then it really gives you a really beautiful shine. That really shines because it's 3 layers. I think that's it. So I'm gonna have to be working on that for a little bit more. As you can see here, this is the Posca, and then the Signo, and over here I did the homemade watercolor. So I'm gonna be developing that homemade watercolor just a little bit better. Now another thing I've been testing was this, which I really like. This is really beautiful, and I'm sure you're not getting the right color. Let me get you in focus a little. See that? It reminds me a lot of underwater corals. I don't know, but I really like it. And when I made it, I was thinking I have to get this on a canvas because this is something I really like little pieces of it, putting it on a canvas. So I'm going to be trying that out this week, trying to see if I can get this exact same effect, but then on canvas. Good thing is that when you do that, you always get 2. So that's right. That's really nice. So I'll show you how you can get that look, because it's you have 2 pieces of paper. You put the blue. In this case, this is turquoise. I'm seeing it more greenish on the monitor, but I hope that when I upload the video, it's the turquoise color. So turquoise, you do 2 pages. You fill it with color. Then you put on the blotches of gold. And then you put on the other one, so like this. So you have all your blotches here. Then you put this back on, and then you slightly press it, not too much, because then you'll make it too thin. It might not have the same effect, but just a little bit. And while you're testing it, you can pull it up a little just to see, what it's doing. That's how you make it. Now, just for some solid color, I did this one, and if you look up close, can you imagine just cutting out a piece of it? You don't want the whole thing because that's not really pretty. It's pretty ugly. But if you take out, like, say, a little bit like that, I'm pretty sure that would be kind of pretty. So, and again, this is just wet paint, so you do 2 sides and then you press it together, pull it apart, and you get that. Now first I had this, and you see the darker bits here? That's where I dropped extra paint on the page and then pressed it. Now I tried out, and this is really shiny. I tried out some this is Vallejo acrylic, but it's the artist quality. It comes in really large tubes like this. This is the teal, more turquoisey color, but they call it teal. And they come in, let's see how much is in here, 200 milliliters, and it's the artist type, so not the studio. And it has a really beautiful shine to it. Look at that. So this is something I'm going to be working with a lot more. Then I had another gold, because I'm just testing all the stuff I have, because that's a good thing to do. You don't want to throw stuff out or buy new stuff. So this is a brand that is from Holland, Geerstaka. They sell in France, Germany, Belgium, I think even England. And this is their home brand. I don't know how you call it. But one I put on extra glitter. That's this one. And this one I didn't. But it's still really, it's shiny, but not as shiny as the Vallejo. So this is something that you might put in there just, you know, to give it a little shot. And as you can see, because this is much thinner, you get these really big. So that's something that if you're going to do something with this, the thicker it is, the smaller that coral shape looks. The thinner it is, the longer you get those, well, what you see here. Okay, now this one I have to keep. This is also the Vallejo. You can see this is shiny. So that is really cool stuff. Okay, I'm through. Oh no, I have a few here. So I'm also doing the alcohol ink thing. And what I'm aiming for is just, you know, a sort of a pattern that I like. And I kind of like this. There's a little bit of gold in there too. Not much, but a little bit. So just, you know, to cut out shapes. And I'm sort of enjoying this because, you know, you're just experimenting a lot and looking, you know, what really is appealing. So it's all about color, but it's also about texture. This is a really lovely texture too, which I really like. And then, of course, another squishy, as you can see. Because I like these, I'm going to do something with the canvas. So I'm going to put them away. And I've been testing out Crackle paste. Because I have so many brands. I have cheap brands. I have really ridiculous expensive brands. I have a golden Crackle paste. And it just does not work like I want it to work. So I found something online. And it's called Deco Art Media Crackle paste. And this stuff is really amazing. I put a little picture up, an image up on Instagram where I thinned this out with water. You're not supposed to, but you know me. If they say don't thin it out with water, that's the thing I'm going to do. So I'm only not sure where I left it. I'm looking left and right, but you'll have to go to my Instagram. I'll insert here my name, Instagram name. This is it. So I did that with a brush and then took a close-up, and that was really, really fun. Now I'm going to do this one. When you use Crackle paste, what you want is you want something underneath, a color that's going to peep through the cracks. So that's this one. I don't know where I left that. Really, that was so cute, and I wanted to show it to you, but I don't know where I left it. I cleaned up my whole studio on Monday. I'll walk you through it in a bit when I'm ready with this. So this stuff is really thick. Can you see how thick it is? It is thick. So what you do is you put it where you want it. And normally you would do this with a palette knife. You know, you'd smooth it out, but because it's so thick, you really need to do it with one of these. So you want to have the thickness. So these metal rulers, they are really thin, and that's about as thick as I want them to go. But as you can see, you need a lot of it. And now it's not that expensive. It's not as expensive as the from Golden or any other of those brands. But you really want to make sure that you're getting it fully covered, and you want to get it smooth, as you can see. So there you go. I would like it a little bit wider, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get that. We'll see. So put the ruler back on. This is just, you know, to give me the thickness, an even thickness, and then you just sort of pull it along a couple of times, and each time you do that it gets smoother. But I do want a little bit more of this off and on here. A little bit down here. You can see how sticky it is, right? It is sticky. Now let's try that again. Yeah, that's turning out kind of the way I want it. Okay. I'll just put that back in the little jar. I am going to give it a little bit of water because I still see some little creasy things, and I want it smoother. There you go. Now it's nice and smooth. And then I'm going to take it, put one more layer on like that. Just make it a little thinner. Let's see if we can do this. Make it really smooth. Now, when I did this, when I bought this, I thought this was just the bomb. Then I saw another little video online, and it looks even better. And that stuff I bought that too. So I'm gonna get that on Tuesday. So next week I'll give you a video about that one. So that's nice and smooth. And what I wanted to do is, this is the thicker part, and I'm gonna go a little bit thinner down here, just to give you an idea of what it does when it's just a little thinner. Just a little bit more. But you can't go really thin, because then, you know, the effect is gone. So you do need a little bit of build-up, because otherwise you get no cracks. There you go. Just want to fill it up a little bit because there are some holes, as you can see. It's really thick, and that's the only thing that I don't like about it. So I'm gonna test it out later. I'm gonna do I'm gonna put water in here and then mix it up. Now the other one, see that it comes straight off because it's so thick. Now if you don't do an underpainting, I'm telling you, it's not gonna work, because without acrylic on the bottom, it just, you know, it just flakes off. I'm gonna leave it like this. We'll see what happens to it. Okay, so I'll show you my studio, what I'm working on, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, I'm ready to show you the Crackle stuff. It's dry. So this is the one I did on the brown background. As you can see, it's nice and crackly. But I did the other one too, the gold background, and that was even better. I don't know why that is. I like this because, you know, you can cut out whatever you want. But this one, the gold one, look at that. That is beautiful, isn't it? Can you see the gold coming through? Let me catch the light on there. See that? And these are huge. See the difference? I think this one is thinner than that one. That one is a little thicker. I don't know why that works this way, but this is what I was aiming for. I really like this. This is really pretty. That is really pretty. You see my hands, so you see how big they are.